Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it just us?
It is us today.
Yay!
Welcome. Well, we got some fun recipes today. So doing some eggs in some muffin tins.
Yeah.
For some of those easier recipes you can either take to go, freeze, so on and so forth, and then some overnight oats.
Oh, nice. Now, do you put spinach in your eggs?
I do, but actually I'm out of it right now, and I didn't have a chance to run to the store.
I do that I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, I like it. It's a nice little on the go for breakfast.
Oh my goodness, yeah. My go-to usually with eggs are spinach, tomatoes, and a little bit of feta.
Oh.
So good.
Yeah. You know, I was signed up for your small group this afternoon, but I donated blood yesterday, and I worked out this morning and I was dizzy. So
oh yeah.
I'm gonna hold off this afternoon. So I canceled out of your class.
That's okay. We'll have plenty more classes, but yeah, today definitely a lot of water, a lot of fruits to get that blood sugar back up. That'll help.
Yeah, I had completely forgotten, and you know, here I am, and I was like, at the end, I was, oh my God, laying on the bedroom floor, like, right. So I said, oh God, that's right. I don't have as much blood as I had circulating.
No, you gotta wait for it. It's gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, we'll get started with the eggs and stuff if you'd like.
Yeah.
So this recipe is actually pretty simple. It's pretty much add whatever you like.
Yeah.
So for about 12 muffin tins, it's about 9 eggs. So just crack them all in one big bowl. And then what you could do, Roxanne, actually, if you don't want to put the same thing in everything. So for example, if you want to do half of them broccoli and cheddar, half of them spinach or something, you can mix all the eggs in the bowl. So what I'm going to be doing today, and then putting the eggs in to the pans before adding all the vegetables.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do is mix it all together if you want to do one pan and then spread them evenly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All kind of depends on what you do, but 9 eggs here. The worst is when you lose count how many eggs you're cracking. Then you can
I worked one summer as a cook for a Boy Scout camp. It was quite fun because I actually stayed in the camp in a cabin by myself. It was kind of fun. But we made a lot of breakfasts, and I learned how to crack an egg with one hand and open it with just one. It's very good.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I've been waiting to pull that trick out.
Yeah. And it was great ever since I've made tomato sauce. I always think of the day that I was left alone because the chief cook left for the day.
No.
And so I was kind of left there trying to figure it out on my own. And we had these 2 big, huge vats of tomato sauce. And I burned one of them. I kept it on. And I don't know if you've ever had burned tomato sauce, but it is nasty.
It doesn't come off.
It's terrible. And so I didn't taste test it. And here I am sending it out to all of the tables,
No.
Boy Scouts.
Oh
And
my.
they came back, I'm not going to eat this crap. And I'm like, ooh.
Oops.
But the other vat was fine. The other big pot of it was fine. So I said, okay, bring it back, you know. And I just gave all from the other one. So I saved it. But man, oh man. Never will.
Too funny.
I don't make a lot of tomato sauce now.
My roommate last year, she's big Italian family, so she knows how to make sauce homemade. And so she would do it every Sunday, and I'm like, can you teach me? Can you teach me? But she would never give me the recipe. And so I was like, okay, at least let me sit here and let me watch. No, way too hard to do. So naturally, and actually Roxanne, so today I'm gonna do peppers and onions that I already chopped up.
Oh, good.
But so I would always stand next to the pot, just with a loaf of bread and just sit there and eat it all day long.
Wow.
But she would never give me the recipe.
That's too bad.
I know. Worth eating every Sunday though. I'll give her that. So just adding in about 3/4 of a cup of chopped onions and peppers, what I did. Again, adding however many, if you like more vegetables in your eggs, if you like less, and then some salt and pepper to taste at the top.
Did you par cook those vegetables or just add them raw?
I saute them a little bit.
Okay.
So actually, I'm using frozen vegetables today. So I got a package of stir-fry peppers and onions chopped.
Oh, that makes it handy.
Oh my goodness, very handy. So I just defrosted those in the microwave for about 3 minutes and then plopped them right in from the bowl.
Yep.
But if you do them, depending on, again, what kind of vegetable you want, they will be cooking in the oven for 20 minutes. So if you do a broccoli, it'll kind of break down a little bit, not as much. But if you like the softer taste, definitely sauteing them a little bit.
Yeah.
So then transferring to the pan here, I'm gonna try to do it easily. Make sure to stir the pan first. Usually helps. And then that's pretty simple. Just goes in the oven for 20, 25 minutes, seeing how long that egg's cooked for.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Now, I freeze some of those. I put them in a little, so I can pull them out that, morning or the night before or something.
Exactly. Yeah, so making a big tin, I'm actually going to make 2 or 3 of these today. I'll make them later in the day, but what I'll do is I'll put them in a freezer bag and I'll just pop them in the freezer and I'll take them out whenever I need them.
Yep.
So maybe 2 per person or so.
And I also know that one of the recipes I had was you make it with half of regular eggs and half of the egg beaters to keep so there's not so many yolks.
Yeah. Watching, especially if you want to watch your cholesterol a little bit, trying to do the egg whites or the egg beaters are always a better option too. Just to try not to get as much of the yolks in there, getting more of those egg whites.
Yeah.
Or just separating your eggs. You don't know either. Again, it's really taste. I usually do the egg whites. I'll buy actually the carton of the egg whites and just pour them in. Sometimes I'll have trouble if I'm doing like different recipes. For example, if I do pancakes where I make with 2 eggs and a banana, it just doesn't come out the same. You need a little bit of the consistency of the yolk. But if you're going just for making eggs, omelets, quiches and stuff, definitely the egg whites is a great route to do.
What's the 2 eggs and banana?
That's how I make pancakes.
Like, no, that's it?
2 eggs and a banana. Yeah, so last year, Roxanne, I'm just going to sprinkle a little cheese on the top of each one just for a little flavor. But yeah, so you take 2 eggs. First, what you'll do is you'll take a whole banana, put it in a bowl, and mash it with the back of your fork just till it's really, really mushy.
Yep.
And then add 2 eggs, crack them right in the bowl with it, whisk them together. A pinch of cinnamon just for a little bit of the flavor to mask the egg a little bit.
Yep.
And then any ingredient, I put frozen blueberries with it. You could do strawberries, pretty much whatever fruit you'd like. I wouldn't recommend more bananas just because it's already bananas in there. Yeah, a little walnut. Actually, it's very good. And then instead of syrup, I put a little bit of honey on it.
And you just fry it up?
Right in the pan.
Wow, I'll try that.
Yeah. The consistency is the hard part, but really cooking them extra long and low and on a low heat
Yeah.
really helps. But yep, there we go. I'm not going to tilt them too much because I know they'll spill.
Yeah.
Going in the oven for 20 minutes. So that is the eggs. So next I'll do the overnight oats. So
Okay.
taking any container, it could be a bowl, you could do a mason jar. I have a lot of mason jars at hand, so that's what I use. A bowl, a container, any Tupperware, and just enough to get all your ingredients in. So the recipe I'm gonna use is calling for about a 1/4 cup of oats. So I'm gonna make two.
Like steel cut oats?
Just quick oats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So 1/4 cup of the oats. And I'll make 2 different ones using 2 different fruits, but pretty much the same recipe and adding whatever you'd like in for flavor. The beauty of the overnight oats is, again, being able to put in whatever flavor you'd like. I've done peach, I've done pumpkin pie ones, I've done anything really around cinnamon and fruit, a bunch of apples and cinnamon. It all tastes delicious.
Right.
So 1/4 cup of the oats. We're gonna do a 1/2 cup of almond milk. Again, any milk works. So if you prefer whole, 1% skim, I prefer the almond milk. It's a little bit less in calories.
Yeah, I usually drink it.
This one's so weird, it's on the inside. There we go. There we go. So we'll do a 1/2 cup in each one. Try not to spill it.
And that was a 1/2 cup of oats, so it's a 1/2 and a 1/2, or a
So
1/4
it's
cup?
a 1/4 cup of oats and a
Okay.
1/2 cup of milk.
Okay.
So as I'm going through these, what I'll do is, what I've learned after time is instead of just adding all your ingredients and mixing later, makes it a little bit easier to mix as you're going, so you're not trying to compile this whole big list of ingredients in one small container. So next, adding whichever fruit you like in. This recipe calls for 1/2 a banana in it. So whether you chop it up, mush it up, add it in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna substitute the banana, and I'm gonna do, for a little bit more protein, I'm gonna add in protein powder.
Oh, okay.
So you can put in any kind of protein. I've got vanilla chai protein at hand, so that's what I'm gonna use.
That must also change the consistency a little bit.
Exactly. So it might make it a little bit thicker if you ever want to add a little bit more milk to kind of counteract it. But what I kind of do is I'll add in all the ingredients just as I normally would. And the next morning I eat them cold. But what you can do, you can put them in the microwave if you like more of the warm oats.
Right.
And always feel free to add in a little bit more milk if you want a little bit of a lighter consistency. And then adding in whichever fruit you want. So I'm gonna make a blackberry one and a blueberry one, but I've also done with fresh fruit. So add in a little 1/2 cup of fruits, whichever you decide to choose. I'm gonna do some blackberries in this one. Kind of eyeballing it here. So I've done fresh fruits, whether fresh blueberries, fresh strawberries, or frozen fruits. So I'm gonna do frozen blueberries in the other one. Or I've actually also done frozen peaches, strawberries, mangoes, any combination you'd like. Whether you want a fruitier citrus flavor, or if you want more like a cinnamon oat. Again, going off of whatever you like. That's the beauty of these. And for the pumpkin ones, I've just done canned pumpkin, a little bit of cinnamon, otherwise following the same recipe.
Ooh, bet you that's good.
Oh, it's delicious. Tastes just like pumpkin pie. Then exactly like I said, I'm gonna do a pinch of cinnamon, so a little bit in each. And this will taste good too with that vanilla chai flavor protein. And that's also the cool thing about using protein in the recipes is if you use like a chocolate protein, then you can add strawberries. It tastes like a chocolate covered strawberry, or you could do cherries in it. That's really the cool stuff about doing all this. And then mixing it all together. So just like you said, I might actually add in a little bit more milk in each of them. That protein really does take in a lot. And then once it's all mixed, putting that lid on, and those oats will expand overnight, so you'll notice it won't be as liquidy in the morning. Mixing them in, then you put the container on, put them in the fridge, and have it for the next morning.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so they stay up to, again, depending on what kind of fruit you use, fresh, frozen, they'll stay in the fridge for a good 5 days. If you like to meal prep, or if you know you've got a busy week coming up, I like to do a whole bunch of these and just have them at hand in the fridge. Like post workouts, if you know you have an early morning and you want to get ready for the gym early and you want just a quick snack or quick breakfast ready to go, these are perfect to do. And
would you think those are like 1 or 2 servings?
Definitely 1 serving.
Okay.
I would say if not 1, 1.5.
Okay.
But I would say from the recipe I followed, definitely around 250, 300 calories. So definitely a meal in here.
Right.
And there you go.
Wow.
Those
That's
right in
cool.
the fridge. How
Yeah.
cool is that?
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, definitely. They're really, really tasty too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Roxanne. Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, it was fun. And I think I signed up for your small group Thursday.
Yes, I'm doing them every day. So.
Oh, you are? Okay. I did sign up for that one. So I'll probably see you then.
Perfect. I'll see you then, Roxanne.
All right. Take
Enjoy
care.
the rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget those quiches.
I won't. Got the timer going.